Hi folks, we're just off up the fell to feed the cows and trample some more bracken. Please like and subscribe, it makes all the difference, and please comment, any comments, suggestions, please send them in. And so yeah, off we'll go up to the cows. I'd just like to give a big shout out to Ollie Harrison for all his work done with all the tractor runs. Raised tens of thousands of pounds for Old Hay Children's Hospital, which is really good. It's only about 50 miles from here, so yeah, fair play to him. And a few of the others, big YouTube farmer names, Tom Pemberton, Joe Seals, Charlotte Ashley, they're all there as well supporting. So yeah, hats off to them. Brilliant what they've done there. So back to up here and now. Yeah, we're just feeding the hay out again up here. I was just dishing some out there in the background. But the reason why we're trying to do this with the bracken is, as I've probably explained before, in springtime and summertime I'm a bit reluctant to put the cows up here because bracken can be poisonous to them, and it causes ulcers within the cow, which ultimately lead to an untimely death. So we have to be really careful with cows on bracken. But the idea of all this trampling, or just walk over where they've previously been, the idea of trampling the bracken and doing what we're doing is it'll help new shoots come, help the grass get going underneath, and hopefully get a bit of microbiology going in the actual soil. Well, it's like quite a peaty soil, but if we can get the worms and that cycling, there are areas of bracken, hope you can hear me, there are areas of bracken where if you've got grass underneath the bracken, you can usually find worms and various other bugs in the soil, and that shows that the soil is actually quite active and lively and doing well, and with that you can get your regeneration. But a lot of this soil here now under this bracken, you'll never find any worms. You'll always struggle to find worms. So basically we've trampled a fair area now of bracken going down there. It's all been trampled with the cows, and hopefully we'll see the results next year. Later on this video I'll show you where we've previously trampled the cows and how it's improving all the while, and hopefully we can get this effect up here. So another thing we're spreading hay is there'll be a good bit of seed in that hay as well. So hopefully with the cows trampling effect, the cloven hoof on there should help sort of bury the seed just below the surface, and hopefully some of those seeds will germinate, again helping grass growth. So a famous regen ag in America who I've watched, who probably got me going into regenerative agriculture, was Greg Judy, and I've met Greg, well, me and Harry have met Greg earlier this year, and all, well, yeah, you have to make it work for your environments. Obviously he's in Missouri. They have higher extremes of temperature to us, so they're a lot hotter in the summer and a lot colder in the winter, but still a lot of the same principles apply. So he often talks about treating his cows as working for him, and they're in effect his tractors. So with that in mind, all this area here is probably going on 3 or 4 acres now what we've trampled. We've rolled it, trampled it, topped it and fertilised it with our 4-legged tractors, which is brilliant. So it's not cost us any diesel or expensive machinery costs, apart from the quad and a bit of petrol and albeit time. So yeah, the hay serves a purpose for doing that as well. But look here, cow pat there, nicely breaking into the soil litter, and also trampling bracken. So hoof effect there, yeah, it's a bit soft just here, but it's further up the slope, it's not too bad. Obviously there's very little worms, there's no worms in here, but trampling this litter down, incorporating cow muck into it will help shoots come up and hopefully just make this land more palatable for, well, sheep, for cattle, but also all sorts of species really. I know Natural England, they're keen to try and control bracken as well, because throughout much of northern England that I know of, there's acres and acres of bracken, and it's getting out of control in some places. And you know, you could say, you know, that's nature's doing its thing, and arguably it's probably because cattle have been removed from the hills over the last 50, 60, 70 years, and in the past, you know, cattle going over the hills and trampling ground and fertilised it in the natural order would have probably prevented a lot of the bracken from being, really. Who knows? I don't know, but we're trying to manage it, and so far it seems to be working. So I'll show you some results later on in this video, and hopefully you'll see. For those of you who are really into regen ag, or not really into it, but keen to learn, there's a couple of new good videos, or good new videos, on YouTube from Groundswell, and there's Gabe Brown with his talk at Groundswell, which is really good, and Dr. Alan Williams, who well, one of his talks is about disruption, how you need to disrupt the normal sort of management practice to kind of get get your soil regenerated, and I guess with that in mind, this what we're doing is disruption. We're just kick-starting this with cows and the trampling to really try and turn this ground around and make it more manageable for the cows. And obviously, if there's more grass and other green plants we can grow up here, the less likely they'll be eating the bracken fronds in the spring, and obviously less chance of poisoning. So, you know, with that, I need to be brave, or we need to be brave to allow the cows to come up here and hopefully make sure there's enough nutrition up here without them having to get a taste for nibbling bracken. So yeah, Alan Williams, Gabe Brown, Groundswell from this summer, a couple of really good videos there. Understanding Ag is who they represent, and yeah, good talk, and they talk about, you know, a few key things what need to take place to get sort of regenerate the land, which is really quite good. So the cows are looking well. It's just before Christmas, so keep looking at the cow pats, make sure the cows are looking alright, they're alright, you know, they're not stacking up too much. That's the main thing. They're getting enough protein and enough nutrition. Unfortunately, hay we got this summer is reasonably good, so there'll probably be just enough protein in there to keep the cows purring along nicely. Right, so here we are. The cows trampled this lot last winter, so you can probably see some of the leftover bracken, and some will have grown this summer, but it's just coming green. Don't ask me what the plants are, because I need to learn myself, but some of you might know. By all means comment if you know what it is. There's all sorts, but it is green, so in more brittle environments, in hot environments, I guess even up here, any uncoloured earth is bad for carbon, loss of carbon. But this ground is just pretty much covered over. There is like a tilth, if you will, of broken down material, and obviously it is coming green in most places. So yeah, this was just all bracken. This was all bracken last year, and so some areas where I probably not put the hay as thick on, or you know, there's still some residual bits of bracken left over. but it's coming green. There is, I don't know if we'll find any worms or not. I can have a little look. Let's have a little look, see if we can find any worms. It's probably too early to see much. Just can't see so much in there yet, but you can see the roots coming through of these new plants, which should all be beneficial. So yeah, it's coming green, and all this area here, let's have a look. So this was all, had the cows in it last winter, only for a short time, but they've probably had some bit of black bracken this year, but it's been trampled off, and hopefully it'll green up and regenerate. So just around the corner, I've got some from 2 years ago, which hopefully you'll agree is a great improvement. So this area here down the side of this wall, you couldn't have walked down here 2 years ago. It was absolutely thick with bracken. It was absolutely thick with it. Anyway, this part of the hill, we 2 winters ago we had cows, and I know during a cold snap I had them sheltered up here. One night I fed them up here, and this is just a good example because I remember them here, and we fed hay, the cows gave it a good trample, and yeah, there's still bits of bracken left, but you can see all the grass, yeah, and there's a bit of rush, but the rush will be a pioneer species, and you know, hopefully the grass will outcompete it. But this, for well, most ecological terms, I would think is better than bracken, because bracken, it basically cuts out all the light, and very little animal and plant life can live where there's loads of bracken. So yeah, I remember the cows led up here, and I hope we have a lot bigger area, but this is just one example of where it's fairly improved. And obviously if I did put the cows in here, there is actually a bite of grass for them. So yeah, that's the plan. Just a quick word of quick note. I have had COVID, still got COVID, so if I sound like I'm blowing a bit, that's the reason why. I've not got all my breath back yet, so but I'm getting better. Yes, and with that, I'll say Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and take care. See you later.